they're going to get a 2-0 victory. They're going to go to the final against Secret. Not going to predict that one, but I'm so confident that I might have cursed them. So let's hope that hasn't happened as we move to our ban phase.
Well, you look at the game that was played yesterday here on Club, and it was whenever Mkers flooded the site is when they had most of their joy. They stopped doing it, and Outsiders were able to secure the win that time. So, first ban we're going to get is the Thatcher. Outsiders are moving that, and usually when you see a Thatcher ban, it's really, you know, your hatches, your main breach that you're kind of working around.
I sleep. Yeah. I sleep. I see a Thatcher, I sleep.
You're not a fan of that ban, no?
It's so boring. It's boring. Give me something like good. Give me like I like that. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
We saw Sledge being used heavily by Mkers last time around, so them removing Sledge is an interesting one. You get rid of the nades as well. You remove a little bit of verticality, so Buck's stock goes through the roof. Kaid being banned, no surprise there whatsoever, especially whenever you're thinking about attacking, you know, down into the basement with that kitchen hatch and that moto hatch. Your final ban, though, you're stuck in a little bit of a choice. Do you go Mira? Do you go Valk? Do you get rid of Azami? All three of those bans can have a massive impact on how this game is going to play out. Outsiders are going to make us wait a little bit for drum roll, please. No surprise, Azami.
Right, so I'm a fan of this, and the reason I'm a fan of this is because Outsiders, on the offense, they go through the motions. And what is one of the key operators that they use on this map? It's Sledge. They've disrupted the flow. Yes, we got to get to that now. That's 6 rounds of time. We'll see that be beneficial. But Mkers, they've thrown a little bit of spatter in the work, and anything you can do to disrupt that rhythm of Outsiders, that's huge. That's important. But the scary thing is, for Mkers, you've now got to attack this site, and Shepard has a TCSG. So good luck. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. I hope they go well. But I hope you're not intending to try and plant in that man still standing.
Yeah, we've seen him pop off with the TCSG yesterday at times, but look at the way they've set the site up. You've created the hole that allows you to impact trick the hatch, so you don't have the Kaid, but you do have those impacts. They've got 4 of them in the back pocket. Habana is being brought, and you said, you know, as you said yesterday, Habana is the queen of hatches inside of this game, so sorry, we'll look to use that to open the hatch, but when we came here yesterday, Mkers dominated the first round. I think it was flawless with the way that they just flooded the site. They've got Ying. They may be tempted to do it, but when you bring a Habana, whenever you bring, you know, the likes of Buck, it does scream that you want to try take control of the ground floor and play a little bit of verticality at least first.
You know what I'm seeing, Gibby?
Siege.
See, what? Are you for real? No way!
Yeah.
Oh, I love a bit of siege. Up the siege, that's what I say. But this is the exact same setup from Outsiders, right? They've not changed it. They've not done anything to it. You've got Joystick roaming reasonably isolated alone. He's got Pasha instead of Logi for support. But nothing's changed here. And now what, Outsiders? This is a problem because if there's one team that if you let play a very prep style of play against you that you're going to get punished, it's going to be Mkers. They've done it to every single team in CL. When they prep for you, they understand what you're going to do. They absolutely tear you to shreds. And without entering the top floor, they've pushed Dan and Joystick back to site. And as well as Pasha. They've not took a single step, and they've cleared top floor. They've cleared all of the map, and while, yes, it'll take a few more seconds for them to know this, job done. Job done, absolutely perfectly so.
Yeah, time had a big impact too, though. You know, you hit that 2-minute mark. Sometimes teams wait to the minute and 30, and then that's when they go back onto the site because they think, you know, our job's done. We've preoccupied the attacking side for long enough. So now by Buck opening up that, it prevents any defenders from rotating in and around that 90 corner. You get rid of the default cam here as well, meaning that when you eventually drop down main, if nobody's watching from inside Moto or nobody's watching from boxes, you should find it pretty easy to push in towards the site from that direction. Now the impact trick isn't going to be successful just yet. They'll wait for the second set of Habana pellets to come on out, and you know, we just wait. We know what's coming, they know what's coming, but can always stop it.
They don't have a C4 to use right now either to stop this, so Lolo can essentially stop this impact trick if that's going to be his intention. The can opener has been used to get access to Moto, and they're slowly going to crack open this kitchen hatch. That's going to be Lolo now trying to deny this Dirt's been left soft, and Joystick will have to fight inside of blue alone. Always is inside of Dirt, very far away. And he might use that final impact on Pocket to try and run out on the freezer. That could be his intention behind it, but 30 seconds. Hatches should be opened if my calculations are correct. And it's not going to be Kitchen Dirt. It's going to be a Kitchen Moto push or a Kitchen Main. And for Mkers, I'm worried, because it's going to be a 5v5 execution. Goyo's available, and it's in the hands of Shepard. The first of those Candelas gets sucked up by Wamai, and chaos, well, it ensues. The nade goes deep, but so does Akwi. Joystick gets one, and well, Akwi's in sight. He's going to try and stick the plant, and does the side of Outsiders have any information, any idea? Well, Dan certainly does, and he shuts it down.
Yeah, so we talked about the fact that, you know, Outsiders can at times play to the old meta, and the old meta for a while was the 20-second push. That's what they tried to do, and from the Maker side of things, and Outsiders were able to read it perfectly. I genuinely think, you know, had Dan not swung when he did, that round could have went in the favor of Makers, but well played by Outsiders. But once again, you got success here yesterday by playing hyper-aggressive, fast siege against Outsiders. They slow down the pace, they slow down the tempo, they play that old-fashioned way of attacking the site, and that's just comfortable for Outsiders. Outsiders will take that every day of the week.
Yep. I can't argue with that one. I've still got faith. I've got... I'm backing the boys from Italy in this one. I still believe. It's only one round. They can claw this one back. I'm curious to see when we go back to that, if they're going to amend it just a little bit. And the issue with that round, I really felt, was the time. They should have known Outsiders falling back. They should have been. They really made it work. If Dan doesn't win that fight, the round probably goes to Outsiders. Nope, Makers, all the way around. And it was a very kind of one man stands up, wins a gunfight, turns the tide. That's what just happened. If Makers give themselves 10 extra seconds, or it's not going to be a crunch there, or not going to be a 0-0 crunch time, or even 5 seconds, it's way more possible, way more doable execution for them. However, reset, new round, new site. Let's see what Makers got.
Well, you lose the planter in a, you know, late push. It's game over. 3 kills was enough to see Outsiders win round 1. So, as you said, we moved to round 2. So let's look for any early changes, early adaptations. Gemini will open up that con wall. That'll stop, or should go to open up that con wall in just a few moments with some help, you know, helping out Dora. That'll stop those defenders from rotating in through that side of the map. Next thing, you turn your attention over to the main breach, and then suddenly you trap those attackers into their position.
So a lot of these cam spots that Pasha's using, they're the exact same that what we saw yesterday. Oh, and Shepard, are you going to get away with this? He's put it on the wrong wall, and he doesn't have time to... Dora? Could have went for it. Zora's buys him enough time, and it's going to be placed on the wrong wall anyway, so that's going to be breach established. Shepard will fall on the way back towards main stairs, back inside the master bedroom. But these cameras, same positions as last time, so I can't imagine Makers are going to let themselves get compromised. They would have looked back at the VOD, at least their backroom staff would have. They should know where these threats will arrive. Breach open, pressure applied, and Makers compacting Outsiders a little bit closer to site, and they're not really worried about that extension towards CC and Cash.
Yeah, the Valcams are very important now for the Outsiders players. The ones that you pointed out are in the exact same position, so Makers should know they're there. But that is how a lot of this information on this attack is going to be fed through. You look at where the Valcams are, they're on default spots. There's Lalo, hello, as he spots him and gets the kill and uses that to dip into cover into the bathroom. Pasha looking at where his teammates are holding, so he says, right, I'm going to hold somewhere else. Gemini looking to find a kill through the main window, but there's Akwi, always. He got a bit aggressive, nothing wrong with that, but he gets shut down. Joystick does get aggressive, though, and he does get a result with his picking up Gemini.
Difficult position. The Warden, again, immune to these flashbangs. That can't buy space, but I'll tell you what, though, Shepard's not immune to bullets. The AK sings and Shepard falls. 40 seconds, and Akwi gets himself access, but even when he walks into Pasha, he'll find another one. Leave it down the sorry. And Pasha, well, we simply just live in his world. What a play from him. The MPX does all his bidding. 2 rounds in a row for the side of Outsiders. Looking strong here in club. Kind of expected, though.
And if I'm not wrong, this is the map that Pasha went heavy on yesterday. This is where he got a bunch of his kills. He
loves a bit of club, does he, Gibby? He absolutely loves it. It's his. He owns it. It's his clubhouse. You got to pay him entry fee before you get in.
You know what the thing is, though? For the likes of Pasha, who's joined this team, you know, well, he was the player on this team that was really the other 4 players that joined him on Outsiders. a lot of people were like, well, is keeping Pasha the right decision? Is there other players to keep? I think Pasha's been incredible for them. I think Pasha's played very, very well. Yes, as a team, they've had some flaws over the course of yesterday and today. But Pasha is a very good addition to this core of 4.
Yep. They've been brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, is just a wonderful way of describing this team. I mean, you put a lot of functional parts together. You've added Pasha to the remedy. It's been effective. The issue I have with this team is how well do they do in the modern Siege system? With how flexible teams are. Like, just imagine this, Gibby, right? If Outsiders make it, alright, let's say Outsiders right now had to play against a side like BDS or Koi. Alright? I'm pretty sure they get smoked. Because those teams are so flexible, so experienced, and really high level at what they do. This rigidness just really wouldn't fly.
So those rose-tinted glasses aren't off. They're smashed with it. It's like, see, you're really showing that you think Mkers are going to take the win. Joystick looking to tap some toes as he looks through the drone hole, unable to do any real damage onto Akui. Let's be real. Probably isn't going to get that kill anyway. Just might tap him away and cause some problems later inside the round. Shepard peeking under the door as well, as it looks like Outsiders are trying to get a little bit sneaky with some work in the early stages.
Camera goes in and instantly destroyed, but I think they should be able to get this one to work. This ban trick works, actually. Yep, they're going to get the ace. It works, but you can't get in from this one. So a lot of bodies stacked up from an access point that's not an access point. And the problem with this is you've got a player on rafters as well, and that's the issue. If you don't clear them, if you don't do anything about Always, you can realistically stay here for a very prolonged stage of time, because, well, the impact trick's on the land, isn't it? It is. That's enough to get Monty in crouch, though. Oh, he can't just fit. He can't just fit. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is, they have the operators in place
to
clear.
Hello!
I was just saying they had the operators to clear rafters and Gemini right on cue.
You've got a Pora 308. Send some rounds down range. Crack open Always skull. You take control. Walk that Monty on up. And now, you got to feel that Outsiders feeling a little bit of pressure. Joystick, off you go on the flank. See if you can cause a bit of chaos.
Yeah, and now you've enabled Thermite to get the breach because you've got Raptors control.
He's going oil pitter blue. Off he goes. He's on a little bit of a wander.
Well, he's doing a bit of droning, working out what's going on. Dan still on the Echo, can be a bit of a problem as he looks to do his Big ET impression inside of this one, but there's still 45 seconds to go. Joystick in position for a late flank up through those Astro stairs. Gemini now up on rafters as well. Joystick does move. Lalo taps him once on the head to give him the advantage, and Pasha looks to return the favour, but he's unable to hit the shots. But look, you don't need to peek that angle onto Red just yet. Dan has to deal with a player up here on the balcony. Akwe is going to find that one. Hops on in, but Bandit shuts him down. 4 versus 2, but the case is going down. Shepard runs outside. He's going to get taken down by Gemini. Smokes are going to go off, but the off-default plant works here. Pasha finds one, but he's now 1v3. You've got players outside the breach. You've got Monty locking you into position. Well, this is very similar to yesterday.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Right? He's not going to. He's not. Can you? Ooh. The Monty should win this out straight up.
Oh, there's the leg.
I mean, if you go to this way, if you melee and you look to the left, you can catch him. But there's so much pressure from the positions. And look at how much time he's got to work with. It will ascend red stairs. The Monty just giving constant information. Round 1, just like that. Now that Horizon CC, without a doubt, the weakest of the 3 sites teams still go to. And, you can make a case that, stage can be just as viable. So Mkers get themselves that round, and really well read from them to be able to stop Joystick's potential flank, and then, of course, the Capitao to win that fight onto rafters. That cracked the round wide open, and that gives them this chance to get themselves level, as once again we'll be attacking the basement. So Outsiders, I wonder, will it be the exact same roam game once again? I think so.
And it works. Last time 1 minute was on the clock. That's when they fell back to site. As you said, they'll probably do something similar this time around. Last time, Mkers were forced to try go down main stairs, drop that moto hatch, and plant in the corner of in the corner of Arsenal, and it didn't really work because Dan was able to swing through dirt. If you want to make that happen, you have to have somebody watching the dirt swing. It's the same way that on defense, if there's players inside dirt, you need to stop that player from making their way down the end of that tunnel. So adaptation is the key word this time. How will Mkers adapt? Because outsiders, they don't need to change anything.
No. The thing for Mkers is they should know, right, okay, so it's a phantom pressure time. Rome does... And this is what I was about to say. I almost held my breath there. Acqui is going to be able to get a freebie. Absolutely, it's done. Right? Freebie, it's done. Right? That was dead. That was dead in the moment I saw Acqui walk into that building. And this is what Mkers need. They've thrown something unique in. Dan got a trade. Well done, Dan. Right, we're level. He was on the cap can, and, well, Gibby, they didn't do the tradition. They didn't see a cap can and go, say it with me, there's a cap can. And we've lost. And we've lost Habana as well. Oh, that one hurts.
Yeah, and that's your ability to really have an impact on the hatches gone, as you can use more impacts, but you still have Buck, but you need to really stop the player from being able to throw the impact if you want to open that hatch now. Shepard down inside blue. Has that TCSG in his hands. Acqui's going to begin to creep his way down main stairs as well. Pasha and Joystick still on the top floor. So it is...
Acqui's going to walk in the site. Acqui's going to walk in the site, and he's going to find Shepard, and it's going to be an absolute mess, right? Here he is. He's going to look towards blue, and look who's arriving in blue. Oh, there's Shepard. Hi. Told you he's going to get him. And now this is the problem. Look what they can enter. Rush, and they're in. Gemini finds one to Pasha. And just like that, outsiders, your rigidity, your repetition, doing the same thing over and over, it's been red. But you've got always, but not for long. Triple for Acqui. Left on the joystick. Hall of Famer inside of Siege, and he'll get one. Needs two more. Down to Acqui on the cover. He'll look for a fourth in this round, but he's got the nade to buy him space and time. What can Joystick do? Ace goes down. He's against the Monty. The Gaio will burn, and Acqui takes a lot of damage. This is certainly winnable, but no! Acqui wants a fourth, and he gets it. Mkers draw themselves level.
Two very good rounds on the bounce, and what did they have in common? A little bit more aggression, and outsiders don't like it. And the fact that Acqui got in behind enemy lines before they managed to go and fall back to site the way that you normally expect to do when the timer hits, minute 30, 2 minutes on the clock, ruined that defense from outsiders. If you get to site before the roamers do, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the win.
Oh, I love it. The Nook. I knew it was going to work. I knew it. Before Acqui walked in, I was going to say, they need to play someone to stop rotations when this top floor drop-off happens. So I was going to say, send someone in strip club, send them in by pool table, and just say, when outsiders fall back, nah, you're not going to do that. And it worked out a little bit different. Walks on in, you lose your Habana to that unfortunate Capcan trap, but then the round was won. Acqui's going to walk down. All he has to do is win his ones and Gibby. Gibby. Look at it. You see what I'm saying? You see it?
It's got a rush written all over it, doesn't it? You've got the Glaz, you've got Monty.
They're going in Jacuzzi.
And they're going fast. So look at the setup. Shepard is in place with Bandit. Probably will try to ban the trick at some point. They've got a Rook on the side. Dora getting very, very lucky in the early stages as he almost got taken down by a spawn peak. If he falls, your whole plan of attack falls. Now you got to look at things like, you step into that bandit wall, you back into it, the HP's looking pretty low. That could be a problem. Shepard bandit tricking Cornwall.
This is huge, right? So this is a good read from them, actually. They know they open this up consistently. That's part of the rhythm, so he's going to bandit trick it. Yay, it didn't work. This is... Oh, I thought it was going to work. I thought he was going to get the second one to land, and it would have been perfect timing. You would have had his committed bandit wires by Jacuzzi, but unfortunately now, 1 exothermic. 2 EMP is gone. Little bit problematic for Mkers. Things begin to change. Don't do it, Pasha. Don't do it. Good. That wouldn't be fair. Have a little bit of mercy on them.
They're going to try to do this again.
Oh,
no. Now, Bandit is gone, so they managed to get Shepard to fall back on the other side, so they will open this wall, but now you're left with only 1 impact EMP left if you want to open that Jacuzzi wall now as well. Looking at the setup, Glaz Still waiting, hasn't really given away his position just yet. And the longer that Glaz can keep the fact that he's in the server
I
hidden...
know what's he's gonna go through construction. So they drop that, they put some pressure. Monty goes logistics, and look who's gonna arrive in construction.
Glaz,
Oh my!
there's the smoke.
They smoked it.
Always gets one, so now it's looking pretty bad. That C4 thrown is forced back into the corner. Joystick always in Pasha. Make it a 5 versus 1. And Glaz all alone finds himself one. That zoomed in scope could be a little bit of a problem, and it is. Shepard swings around the corner, and the lead once more has been garnered by the side of Outsiders, with 1 round left to go on defense.
I liked it. I liked that technology, though. I liked them. They deployed. That's some nice. That's an Italian technology just being deployed, right? I'm a fan of it. Didn't work. But you know what? Nor did Ferrari last season. I still support them this one. So I think they have to go back to the drawing board with it. And let's crack into this one. Round 6, you said, final one of the defense, and they stuck this Monty yet again.
Need to locate and as many bombs as they can.
It's had mixed success for them so far. Yeah, look, we struggle sometimes. It's okay. Anyways, with that, you're going to go here. Last time that this round was won by Mkers, it came from getting to site before the roamers could. A lot of it had a big impact as well, was Akwi being able to step in through bar and pick up that free kill again. This time around, Akwi is playing Iana, so nades, still got the nades in the back pocket, so still maybe going to try to do something similar, but I want to see how Outsiders play the roam game this time around.
5 seconds remaining.
So 50-50 win rate for them on this site so far.
Attackers are
Been a
moving out
problem.
to locate a
If
bomb.
they get challenged middle floor, that fallback strategy begins to get a little bit difficult. The Monty in the hands of Dora, what they're going to do is try and directly put pressure on it and force them to rotate earlier. And from Sorry's positioning, I think he's going to be the one drafted in to try and hold this as well as Lolo. So the Monty walks in and they'll try and force them to fall back and have people in those cut-off avenues. But it already looks like it's not going to be as significant as their own presence. It's seemingly just Joystick alone. And he'll be reasonably close to Dora and he'll vault in the rafters. And he might not have a lot of options. If they spot him out in a drone, and Dora's drone's nowhere near him, they would be able to trap him. They got this wall open, they could have opened that door and held him, and that would essentially make Joystick null and void. They might just detect he's there. Dora getting worried, and he sees him. Good, right. Monty stays alive, we know he's dropped, and that should be a pretty good signal. Roam's cleared.
Rome is cleared and nothing really lost for Outsiders as well. Gemini almost tapping down Joystick as he spotted the feet, but Joystick gets back in behind Generator, a position that we know that he likes to play. So now the question is, what way do Outsiders go from here? They've shown a propensity to push down through main stairs whenever they're attacking the site. Will they do the same again? Well, the players aren't necessarily in that position just yet, but there's still a lot of time to go.
Mkers have a decent amount of time to work with. The roam's been completely cleared at this stage. They need to be cautious of the flank presence. But I think for now, good. Your Havana survived. You can get the hatches. You begin to work on the hatch inside the kitchen now. You just need to be time efficient. This is the problem. Is if you let this get to a narrow margin, and I wonder if the addition of Dora on the Monty is so they can drop this player. No. I don't know what Dora's thinking about going down main, but if you can drop that player deep armory and plant with kind of that turtle plant, you're very safe and not risking entering anywhere inside of kitchen. Sorry, rappel in main stairs window.
Yeah, Iana goes down main using the clone with Monty following just behind as he can now keep an eye on where those are. Look, you can tell that Outsiders know the fact that it is a clone. They're not going to shoot it. They don't want to get distracted. So now Akwi has those in the drop on and giving away the audio cue that is there. The shotgun gets ready to peek. Spots out Joystick, gets the kill on the Joystick, and we don't get the shotgun swing. So Akwi gets one for free. Turns his attention now towards AKs this time as he looks down through that long corridor. Still, there's a shotgun playing close to the door. Still waiting. That nade will force the shotgun player to move just a little bit further back. But here's your 20-second push, and Outsiders love this situation.
Monty should go down the hatch now with the smoke cover as well. Backs themselves into this corner, and Dan's going to be able to get one. He was the hero previously, but is the cover good enough? Akwi Lolo find one, but Dora caught out. 5 seconds, and Shepard's all alone. The case, though, not going down. Outsiders win it. Mkers, you pull the Cloud9. It's a goo mine. No.
A goo mine on default plant from the hatch wins the round. So not for the first time between these two sides, we see a bit of utility winning the round at the end. It went from the Capital bolt yesterday stopping the case from being diffused to a goo mine stopping the case from going down. Outsiders, very, very clever, but very, very lucky at the same time, because Buck went for that default plant and it did not pay off.
Head in hands moment for me there. Goo mine, Gibby. You don't see that as a plant denial very, very often. Round, it was pretty good from the side of Mkers. I think, you know, unfortunate Dora got caught out, but in 1v3, if that case goes down, you'd imagine that's pretty easy to win. I mean, actually, no, it was against Shepard, so probably not actually. Not
easy anyway.
No, that's actually, Shepard is kind of just the final boss of Siege, and you don't want to mess with him in a 1vx. But 4-2 split, not bad, not great, not terrible for Mkers. Kind of a neutral standing. You would have liked to be level. They should have been level realistically. Unfortunately, the Goo Mine caught them out. But Outsiders are not playing Clubhouse the way we expected. Routine, systematic, going through it. It's been very, very, well, Outsiders. It's been their DNA so far.
Well, they like to play the old style of Siege, and, you know, speaking of old style of Siege, they take a 4-2 split on defense as well. How much more old-fashioned can you get? Now, you got to wonder, can they build from here? You've got your 4-2 lead. You need now to win 3 rounds on attack, or else we're going to overtime. Now, you spoke about Shepard being the final boss. Whenever I spoke to Dora and I asked him for the one player that he looks up to in Siege, the player that he admires the most, Shepard is the player he name dropped.
That nade's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect.
That was great. I liked it. I liked that one, but I liked the
Not
shot
so
from
perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not so perfect from Joystick. Good opening pick, good nade, good read, good throw. Gemini reveals his position, but Shepard will find Sorry and makes him, well, apologise for his transgressions. Acqui, though, makes another trade on the always, and this is a problem. Outsiders deciding this might not be worth it, but Pasha gets on the Acqui, and oh, Dora. TCSG is a very scary weapon. Not a single one of those slugs connect, however, and for Mkers, a retreat is in order. Fall back, damage done, 3 versus 2. Still winnable.
Like, that was the case. You get that kill on the Shepard, you stall out Outsiders even more as they're forced to go back to the balcony to get it. But with 1 minute and 13 seconds to go, Outsiders have the numbers in their favour. They've got the case. You've got Pasha, Dan, and Shepard. Pretty, you know, 3 players that I would love to have myself in this scenario if I want to go ahead and win this round from here. So with 55 to go, now they go and do their default work. Get those hatches open. Give Mkers the illusion that you can push the site from any direction. Gemini, lucky with his timing that Pasha didn't swing. And now Pasha making his way down. He's got main control. They've got the hatches open. 40 seconds to go. Can Outsiders take a lead?
Wow. 2 C4s for Mkers. Dirt Tunnel's got a Goyo on it, so that late rotation not necessarily possible, and one of those 2 potential game-changing C4s now made null and void. They spot the player in Moto, and oh! Gemini nearly catches them napping. Dora will creep around shorts, and he's not going to win that one. It's going to be a tricky one indeed. Shepard should stick this one. Pasha gets that confirmation. And well, it was down to Pasha. He really broke the serve on that game of trades. Shepard survives the beating of TCSU in the balcony. Could have been a different story. But Outsiders showing their mastery on Clubhouse, getting themselves a 5-2 advantage.
Yeah, Outsiders looking pretty good. Now you win your first round on attack, and now you just need to win 2 more before Mkers can manage to win 5 the other way. So things looking good for Outsiders on their map choice. Look at Mkers, though. No matter how good the scoreline looks for Outsiders, Acqui is having himself a game. He is going 11-5 as it stands right now. Pasha, the closest on the Outsider side, going 9-3.
Good day in the office for Acqui. Not being the best for Mkers in all combined. A few changes need to be made. Timeout called for a reason, Gibby. I think they need to try and predict a little bit better what Outsiders are going to do. I mean, they're going to do the same thing time and time again. Realistically, the strategies aren't going to change. I'd expect them to not go to the same side again, which they won't, because that was pretty brutal. Gym Bedroom, one of the stronger sites. Will Outsiders clear the entirety of CC and cash? And if they do, will that section of map control be an early bloodbath once again? Because Outsiders, those early engagements, that's where they're so good in the offense. That's when they do their damage. They get trades. They don't let anything happen for free. Mkers really felt that kind of that wrath last round.
When Outsiders looked very good yesterday was whenever they played with a little bit more tempo, a little bit more pace, and on that round on attack, they upped it significantly. There was a minute and 30 seconds left on the clock when they were in a, 4v2? 3v2? Like, they got the numbers whittled down very, very early, and it's something that Outsiders, whenever they show a bit of confidence, when they show that they can up the tempo, it really works against a side like Mkers. So, once again, look at the way they've set up. If you open up that con wall, you trap the players that are playing over by CCTV cache. That's why that area of the map is so important. Once you get con wall open, you turn your attention to Jacuzzi, and all of a sudden, those defenders have to pick and choose their move to fall back at the perfect time. And we're going to see that mute jammer stop that wall, that window from being opened, and that's another part of this construction defense.
So that's going to slow it down a little bit. All the windows, bar for Gym itself, have been muted, meaning you've got to get a little bit closer. And remember what operator Mkers banned, Gibby? Was Sledge. Interesting use of the castle here, of course, mute jamming them as well, forcing either a Gone 6 or another form of soft destruction to get utilized. A second Selma opens up that con single wall, and a very expansive take so far from Outsiders.
So now you bring the Ace and the Thermite over so the Bandit can't trick both these walls at the exact same time. Lolo forced to fall back, and they're going to get the breach open on that side. So now you push on over. Lolo does manage to get a trade before traded out as Joystick gets the kill. So it's a 4 versus 4. But now you've opened up that rafter side. You've opened up that cache or that CCTV breach. And now you can really work to force them back. But Akwi ain't stepping back yet. And with the fact that he's going 11-5, he's feeling confident. Is he going to make it work? Oh, sorry. Tried to rotate down late, and Joystick smelt that coming.
I mean, you could see, you could just feel this is Outsiders' map. The way they understand rotations, the way they're moving. Pasha? Okay, so I keep forgetting. Yes, don't catch them. I've been playing the game so long, they used to... When Habana came out, they used to. My bad about that one. But, so, Mkers, they're falling victim, right? Joystick catches, reads that rotation, gets that pick, and this is going to be what I was talking about. This is Outsiders. It's a full clear. It's to the script of what they do. That castle barrier, still intact in construction, means that they can't hold anyone inside of logistics, and 45 seconds left to work. So, yes, the player down, but Mkers are not necessarily in the worst position. Joystick, though, will push deep, gets a nade ready, and he's going to send it deep towards bathroom. No, send it straight to Gemini! Direct postal delivery from Joystick! And it's going to be a 2 versus 4, and this is where it gets to be a problem. Akwi will swing wide and get one, but he's woken up rudely by Pasha, who's right beside him. But the trade of Dora. 2 versus 1, and both members of Outsiders seemingly spread away from each other. Shepard pulls the case, shotgun ready, and he gets one, can't make it 2. Outsiders on match point.
Really well played in the 2v1 though. They timed the swing perfectly together to take out Dora. Yes, you lose one player, but you win the round. And well, Dora's first kills of the day were almost telling ones had he managed to pick up that last one in the 1 versus 3. But Outsiders find themselves on match point now, and this has been a completely different story on Clubhouse than what we saw in Chalet. And even more scary than that, Whippet, it's almost as if we're following the script to yesterday's game. Exactly the same, only we're not going to the bank for that last trip. We're going to Cafe.
We go to Cafe. I don't know how to feel about that. You know what? Confidence in the Italian side. I'm backing them. They'll take Cafe. Trust me on that one. I've got complete faith, right? I like what Mkers do. I like the style. I think Club is a little bit of a poor choice to go to. Yes, they have their own autobahn, so this is going to make it through. They know Outsiders have a small map pool. They know this. They're a very solid side. They're aware of it. They exploited that to get the Chalet yet again in this series. Clubhouse, this is a domain. Outsiders, the core of this roster, know it inside and out. We've seen how they play. Uphill battle.
Attacker's objective is to locate
If
a
they
bomb.
get claw this back, it would be a very special moment. But I think they're somewhat delaying the inevitable in this series. This is going to go to a third map, in my humble opinion. And Outsiders have been very much in control here on Club. It's going to be a difficult task to kind of break point this momentum now.
The confidence that you showed a little bit earlier on Mkers to do this in two, winning now at this point.
Listen, I'm so confident, Gibby. Nothing's going to change about that. I'm confident. I'm backing them. You know, maybe I was a little bit overzealous to say they'll take Club from Outsiders. But 2-1's not out of the question.
Well, it's still definitely there, but as if they follow the same script as yesterday, Outsiders would win it 2-1. Now, they've got Jacuzzi wall open inside the first 45 seconds. They've also removed a couple of those castles from the windows as well, making it a little bit more difficult for the Mkers defenders, as Dora is now forced to stay behind these barbells to just protect himself for a little while. Pasha dancing between the two windows, showing him that he's got his aim on point. You know, just hoping...
Hey, and a drone.
I was just waiting for you to say it. I saw the drone and I knew it.
It's been a good EU call. It's been a good EU call. Some nice, solid EU drones. Drone and you know, nice NA drone. You got to get one every single event we work. But for Mkers, they're going to feel a little bit of pressure. And look down below. Joysticks lurking. That's going to be a problem to deal with later. Logi hatch open. Gemini is very cautious. And Joystick, he might smell a rat. Tell you what, though, always smells a frag and gets it. Gemini first of all. And Mkers now on the back foot. The very early Dora will try and sound this ground underneath Logi hatch, but it might just be a little bit too much.
Yeah, Dora takes the position that Gemini was playing on, but now with that main Jacuzzi breach still open, you've got yourself a bit of a problem situation. Always now will remove his position. Sorry, looking to catch out Joysticks as those two look to go head-to-head once more down inside the basement, but Sorry will now make his way back up on top of the situation. Lolo took a chunk of damage from that DMR, as you hear Dan tapping away, but Outsiders, they're looking to do this now. Always is going to find the kill onto Akwe. As suddenly it's a 5 versus 3. You've opened up bathroom. Outsiders are looking good to take map 2.
Two players stacked on main, and Sorry will get one. He needed that one. He needed that lifeline. Joystick, he'll try and brawl his way up. Pasha is close to the shotgun. It goes brawling. Dora gets one. Lolo a second. Can Mkers hold on? 19 seconds. Lolo rotates the gym, and he has information. He knows they're inside a bathroom, but always finds a third. Lolo left alone, often the hero for his team, but he'll wait. He'll be patient, but too patient. Shepard calls him down, and we're going to map 3, Gibby.
So I know what he was doing there. Lolo was waiting to see that case going down, and he was going to fire the bullets as we hit 000, but he got spotted. He got taken down, and Outsiders managed to win map 2. We're going to a third map. We're going to Cafe. It's been a enthralling series so far. I can't wait.
Club was just too much. Club was too much for them to break down, Gibby. Listen, I was confident in Mkers. They looked brilliant on Chalet, but we're following a very similar script to yesterday. The one thing that's different is the third and final map in this series, and that's going to be Cafe.
It is going to be Cafe is right, and I cannot wait to get stuck in. And the quicker we get back to the desk, the quicker we get back into the game. So we're going to hop into a break, and then Ginny, Ollie, and Demo will take you through the last one.